What is going on, people? Welcome back. This is part 3 of the Grand Slam R-Class series in the Porsche. We're chucking the fuel down straight away for qualifying. Put it to 3 laps. Soft tyre. Should be able to complete 3 laps. Tyres might die towards the 3rd lap, but that's fine. So yeah, this is part 3, Mid-Ohio. We completed the first 2 already. I forget what the first one was now. I know the second part was Watling's Glen. Very straightforward, very easy to be honest. Not a hard lobby to be in. Hopefully we'll have a bit more of a struggle this one. Would be nice. So yeah, coming into the first quali lap now. Over the line. They have done an update on Forza now, and they've taken away this pit lane exit here. You can't use all of the track anymore, which is good. I'm happy they've done that. It makes everyone have to do a fair, clean race within track limits now, which is perfect. Coming around the top corner before the long straight, and it's looking good so far. Obviously I don't know where we're going to be lap time wise. I don't know if a 1:23 set already is good or bad. I don't know. We'll find out when we come over the line, I guess. So coming into this S-bend here, you want to get really tight on this one, so then you can accelerate straight as soon as possible. And then another S-bend here, and the same again. You want to keep the car as far left here as possible, so then you can almost accelerate in a straight line into this braking zone. We'll go a little bit wide at the exit. It's not too bad though. We're still going to set a good time, I think, on the first one. And that's well taken. Chuck it down into first gear, let the car slow down through the gears, not through the braking, and then we're going to come across the line. It's definitely going to be better than a 1:23. So we do set the fastest lap time now. It's a 1:18. We sort of mess up the first corner, and we really nearly go off as well. It's lucky we stayed on track there, and I think we were up as well, just. We skipped that lap anyway. I think we'd made 2 mistakes in the first 2 corners, which isn't good enough to be honest. So this is it then. This is going to be our final lap. I made the judgment as well because we only had enough time left to do one more clean lap, and I thought we can definitely do the first 2 corners better than that. So here we go, starting again. Try and get this first corner much better than we did last time. That'll do. Nearly 3 attempts up in 1 corner. There you go. So it just proves there was definitely time to be met, and I still think we could take that a lot better than we did just then. Into first gear, into second gear, onto the straight, and we're still around 3 attempts up. So we didn't improve on the second corner. Someone just set a 1:21. They're nowhere near us, to be honest. Very late brake there, and we just about make the corner. Ride in first gear, back down to first gear. Get the car straight, accelerate hard, and then heavy brake again, first gear. Using the curb, get it to the left hand side here, accelerate fast, almost in a straight line. Late brake there. Using all of the road. We're not improving at the moment. We're 0.02 of a second up, which isn't good enough to be honest. I don't think we're going to improve on this last lap. We're still just about in front, and we nearly got on the grass through the last corner, and it's a hard exit as well. Yeah, we're down. So that's the end of quali. We couldn't improve on the first lap time, frustratingly, but I think it should be good enough. It should be good enough. We've got 20 seconds till the end, so we'll ride it out until we do the grid walk. There was definitely time to be made there. I think we could have easily got into the 1:17s easily if we had just hooked up the corners, but yeah, in the end it just weren't working out like that. But everyone else is setting around low 1:20s. No one else has got under a 1:20 apart from us, which is, I suppose that's convincing at the moment, but you never know. Someone might have just set one then. We might show up on the grid. No, we are. We're in first place. Okay, that's fine. So all we got to do now is win the race and get the fastest lap time. We've done the first challenge, I suppose, of this race, and that's to put the car on pole position in a 1:18.5. But we need to change it from soft tyres. We need to fill the fuel up for the race as well. So we'll go to 7 laps and then knock it down 1. There we go. Put the medium tyres on and we're ready to go now. So this is it. This is part 3 at Ohio of the Grand Slam series. We've done part 1, which is, well, we've done the first challenge, I suppose, of this race and getting pole position. Now we've got to do is just go off and win this race. So let's, hopefully we can exit this first corner in first place. That will boost the confidence, I suppose, and there you go. We're 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, there we go. We're pulling away already, which is perfect. Down into first gear, letting the car rotate. Once it's pointing down the road, flat out through the acceleration, and it gets really wavy on exit there where we're on the limit. But we're going to push all the way down. And then that's a nice ridden corner. Slow the car down for this next part. Once it's pointing straight, accelerate hard, then heavy braking again, down into first gear, get around that right-hander. Get tight on this left-hander at the beginning, but then you can go flat out almost in a straight line for the second part. Late brake there, using all of the track. And then swing it over to the right-hand side here, heavy brake into second gear. Let the car rotate, using all of the track again, down into first gear. Don't really have to worry about braking here, you just want to let the car slow down through the gearbox using the first gear, and then into second gear around the final corner and across the line. And it's a 1:23, so we're around 5 seconds slower than our fastest lap time, but that was from a static start. So let's see what we can set now that we're doing a flying lap. Hopefully it'll be a lot quicker than that. Nice corner around the top of the track to head down the longest straight of the race. Getting up to around 170 miles an hour, maybe even 180, no, 176. Down into first gear. Let the car ride around the corner, then back down into first gear again for this tight left-hander. Get the car straight, accelerate, then quickly back on the brakes. Round the right-hander, into second, round the left-hander, trying to keep the car as straight as possible through that acceleration zone there. Then get as close as you can to that right-hand curb, and using the yellow curb on the exit. Obviously try and not put it on the grass because it will slow you down a lot. Down into second gear. Keeping the car on track, down into first gear, don't brake, just let the car slow down by itself, and then ease back into the accelerator, squeezing it without losing the rear end like that. And it's a 1:20, so now we're 2 seconds away from our qualifying lap time. Remember, this has got a lot more fuel on, so it's a lot heavier, and we've got the medium tyre as well, so it's unrealistic to say we want to get that quali lap time, but if we can set that on the medium tyre, then it's obviously a blistering lap during the race. And we're 5 seconds ahead of second place, so it's looking good at the moment. Nice and quick. This Porsche always delivers though, to be honest, hence why I picked it for these Grand Slam challenges. And it's definitely doing the business at the moment, which I fully expected it to be honest. Nice dry day as well at Mid-Ohio. This track can be very, very different when it's wet. But in the dry, yeah, it's just a nice smooth track, corner after corner. Having to get your braking zones right, having to choose when to accelerate out of corners at the perfect time, because if you make a mistake, it's so easy to go off on the grass here. And it's looking really good at the moment. Using first gear to slow the car down around that last corner, no brakes required. And then out of the final corner, and we were 3 tenths up, so we're into the 1:19s. Lap time slowly coming down, lap by lap. If we can do that all the way till the end of the race, we will definitely get back into the 1:18s. And do you know what? If we can get into the 1:18s, maybe not get a mirror image of the qualifying lap time. If we can just get into the 118s in general, I would say that's a very good lap. And we're 2.5 tenths up again on the last lap. So this is looking good at the moment. I mean, we've got a second to get rid of, but we're 3 tenths up as we enter this right-hander at the bottom of the straight. And the corners are hooking up. We touched the grass slightly there on entry, so we have to re-correct the car. We lose a bit of time doing that. Back down into first gear, letting the car rotate, into second gear, let the car rotate. Now we can accelerate in a nearly straight line. Maybe braked a little bit late there, so we'll probably lose a bit more time. No, we're actually up. So the car, where the car's getting lighter and the tyres are still there, it's really helping. But we go wide on that second to last corner and we lose a tenth there. Coming around the final corner into second gear, not losing the rear end, and we are 3 tenths up, so that's a 119.6. So every lap we're bringing this down, but the tyres at some point will start to die. We go off track there, so we slow the car down not to get a penalty. No risk of second place overtaking us as well, which is nice. Coming round the long right-hander at the top of the straight. And now it's accelerate all the way down to the right-hander at the bottom of this long straight. All the way up to 176 miles an hour, I'm guessing. Yeah, about that. That'll do. Down into first gear. Keep the car right and then cut back to the left as tight as possible to then get on the acceleration as quick and as straight as possible into the right-hander. Switching the car over to the left to then get this straight line into this braking zone to the right. We go deep again. And then swoop the car over to the right hand side here for the heavy braking zone into second gear, cut it back to the left, keeping it on track, down into first gear here, don't brake, let the car slow itself down with the gearbox, and then once you're nearly in a straight line, fully accelerate and over the line we go. This is our last chance to set a fastest lap time, but the tyres aren't looking too good, but that's a good first corner, I'll take that. We're actually down on my fastest lap time there, so I don't think the tyres will hang on much longer, but we'll see if we can get the delta up on our fastest lap time. That way I think it shows we would have improved. And this guy behind us, I'm pretty sure he was around 7 seconds behind. Now he's 6.6, so I don't know what that means. If he's set a fastest lap time here, we're in a bit of trouble, because that means we're going to fail, which isn't good. And it will be our first fail of the series, and it's only 3 races in, which isn't a good sign. So I don't think with these tyres I can improve. I mean, the car's all over the place now. I can't really get the grip that I was getting at the beginning of the race. And we're 3 tenths down. So yeah, that lap time, that 119.6, we're going to have to hope that that's fast enough to the guy behind. But he's either sticking with us or actually closing in the gap, which is really worrying. I think this is going to be close to the... So we've won the race, we qualified first, but this is going to be close to the fastest lap time. We get a 119.6 and he gets a 121. So it was close in the end, but we do just take it by 5 tenths, which is lucky. Because if he had hooked up a few more corners there, we would have definitely failed this. But there you go, that was Mid-Ohio. That was part 3 of this Grand Slam series in the R-Class. We went back from the McLaren F1 to the Porsche this race, and it delivered just about on the fastest lap time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Join me in part 4. I'll see you then.